What is immigration? Immigration to the United States is a complex demographic phenomenon that has been a major source of population growth and cultural change throughout much of the history of the United States.
Legal immigration is an engine of growth for this country. Half of the Fortune 500 companies in this country today were founded by immigrants.
The economic, social, and political aspects of immigration have caused controversy regarding ethnicity, economic benefits, jobs for non-immigrants, settlement patterns, impact on upward social mobility, crime, and voting behavior. As of 2006, the United States accepts more legal immigrants as permanent residents than all other countries in the world combined. Since the removal of ethnic quotas in immigration in 1965, the number of first-generation immigrants living in the United States has quadrupled, from 9.6 million in 1970 to about 28 million.
Does legal immigration needs to be intervened or needs to be continued?
I think that government immigration does need to be intervened by the government, like regulated by the government. I think that it's like, yes, we should know the people who are coming into our country. I mean, it would be hard to know everyone's background, but we should have an organized like documentation of all those who come into our country illegally. I think it should be regulated by the government. We shouldn't just allow. No one should just be permitted to come to the country, this country without, if they have, what if they're like a horrible criminal in their country. We can't, there has to be some type of regard and some type of restraint, so to speak. And I think the immigration, it needs a bit more organization. So, yes. Thank you. You're welcome.
Why do you think legal immigration is important to the United States?
Well, I think legal immigration has been important since almost the first of our country. When our country first started, of course, anybody could come in. But once we started in having legal immigration in, there has to be some way in every country to kind of control how many people the country can support, how many can we feed and clothe and shelter. And so that's why legal immigration comes in. Plus, who wants criminals coming in any country?
So, yeah. And how can legal immigration affect the economy in the United States?
Well, legal immigration is just fine. In spite of some people's rumors, it doesn't really hurt the economy once people have a good, fair-paying job, because they contribute back to the tax base.
And a last question. How can we benefit from legal immigration?
How do we benefit? Diversity. 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 Wonderful food, lots of wonderful new traditions, joy, laughter, all kinds of good things.
Right, thank you for the invitation.
Okay, you're welcome.
You mentioned at the end of your talk about how we're a nation of immigrants. And how we're a nation of opportunity, and a lot of people come here because of they're go-getters, because they want
Yes.
a better opportunity for their family. The immigration laws now are not what they were when people were coming through Ellis Island and the like. Should we, in order to promote more go-getting, in order to promote a freer society, what should we do about those immigration laws at the federal level?
They should be modernized. They should take into account the 21st century is not the 20th, and it's certainly not the 19th. And so that means is that we need to have a modern immigration system that looks at our economy and says, these are our needs, this is our heritage as a people, both as a people of, we are both a nation of immigrants and a nation of laws. We need to have an immigration system that the laws make sense and improve our economy. We also have to have an immigration system that's enforced. We can't be the only country in the world that doesn't enforce its immigration laws. So that means visa reforms. And we've looked at a bunch of those. I mean, for example, these are very simple notions, but I mean, if you have $1 million and you want to create jobs in America, we should probably try to figure out a way to get you here, right? You know, here's another thing that makes not a lot of sense to me. I mean, you know, if a kid is in our colleges and they graduate now, they're 7'1" and can dunk a basketball, well, you know we're going to keep them. But if they've got a 4.0 in a science, math, or technology, we're going to send them home after we spend all that money in our universities to educate them and at our schools. So I think most Americans would tell you that when unemployment's at 9%, the need probably is not as high, but we need to have, especially in agriculture, a functional guest worker program. In the 21st century, you're telling me we can't create a system where a farmer or someone else says, look, I need 15 workers this fall, and people can apply in their home country. They're checked. They get a tamper-proof identification card. They enter the United States. We technologically log that. They work 9, 12 months, whatever the time period is. They go back to their country when they're done so they can be with their families. And next year, if we need them again, they come back again. Other countries do that. Why can't we do that? You know, so all of those things are possible. And part of the reasons that's contributing, one of the drivers of illegal immigration in our country is a broken legal immigration system. But again, this is about false choices that are presented to us in the modern political paradigm. We are told by many that the only choice is you're either for immigration or against immigration. And
1,046,539 persons were naturalized as U.S. citizens in 2008. The leading immigrating countries to the United States were Mexico, India, the Philippines, and China. Nearly 14 million immigrants came to the United States from 2000 to 2010.